what it is, but as far as what you guys wanted to accomplish in this opportunity, was this about as much as you could ask for?
Yeah, most importantly, we came out and got the win, but, these two games are just about learning and just seeing where we're at. So, yeah, we've accomplished something in this game, yeah.
Lonzo, how comfortable do you feel right now running the offense and kind of getting the guys going?
It's pretty easy to feel comfortable when your coach and your teammates trust you, so I feel very comfortable.
Eric, you talked about pick and roll chemistry you and Zoe already have. Do you feel like there's more space for you to work with in the paint right now with the shooting you have around you?
Yeah, man, we got so many good shooters, so you can't really leave them open, and he's so good at finding those shooters and also finding me. So it's kind of just like pick your poison. If you want to guard me, then he's going to hit our shooters, and if you don't guard me, then I'm going to be wide open. So credit to Zoe for making good reads on ball screens.
How were you guys able to that string of turnovers that you forced in the first half? What was behind that stretch of defense?
Really just executing what Coach said over practice. And in film, we had a plan that we stuck to, and we executed, and we came out, and it went well, and we stuck with it.
What's the balance between playing aggressive on defense and trying to force those turnovers, but also watching for fouls? I know a couple of the guards got in foul trouble early.
We still learning, even myself, just kind of picking and choosing when to be aggressive and when not to. So I'm still learning about that, and just controlling my pace on defense as well.
Derek, you showed some emotion after Bryce had his first and one in there. What was it like to see him bounce back from Wednesday, and I think he led everyone in scoring today?
It was amazing, just because you can look around and see some of the guys that's just thinking about the game and just maybe have a little jitter. So to see him get that first and one and just relax and calm down, it was great.
Lonzo, what does it feel like when you guys are rolling on offense? Does it feel easier? Does it feel fluid? Or how does it just kind of feel when it's going?
Yes, it's way much easier when the ball is popping and we cutting, and to be honest, we still haven't got the offense down packed all the way because I feel like we can slash and cut back doors a lot, and we're not using everything yet. So I feel like we're just slowly but surely just getting along with the offense coaches got us running, and I feel like it's going good. Our pace was good today. We came out strong, so I really feel good.
Derek, you guys were up 27 at one point, and then Colorado rallied back with a 17-2 run. You guys went in a 5-minute scoring drought. What was the communication like on the court and on the bench with the players as far as making sure things didn't get further out of control and handling that adversity?
Yeah, everyone's just talking about just working the game, making smart decisions, making the right play, and just not letting them get easy buckets on the other end. Yeah, we had a good lead, so sometimes teams just tend to lighten up, and that's something that we're going to work on and continue to work on, is just keep putting the ball in the rim and keep defending.
What do you think is the culprit behind that run, the scoring drought that you guys went on?
Just for us, we just have good ball movement. We have good leaders within our guard positions, so they do a great job of getting us in the right spots at the right time.
What about when you guys went on that scoring drought? Why do you think that was?
Just turnovers. Yeah, turnovers, gambling, offensive boards, stuff like that. And that's what we're going to work on when we hit practice. But, yeah, just the turnovers, gambling. Sometimes early shots lead to early baskets on the opposite side. So, yeah.
Anything else for players?
Lonzo, what did you guys learn about your team this week through this exhibition competition? What did you learn through actually playing?
I'm proud of my team, actually, man. We've been battling each other for a minute, man, and just going at each other, and just some up days and some down days. But finally to come out here and play together as a family, it felt good. It felt just like a big relief off of our shoulders, because now we're not battling each other. We get to come together as a family. So it felt good, man. I'm excited. This is, just the beginning. We still got a lot to work on, and I'm just ready to get to practice and work. So.
Good job, guys.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, Coach. Yep.
All right, Coach.
Yep. See you, bud.
As far as the exhibition is concerned, was this kind of exactly what you wanted in terms of playing really well, but also facing some adversity and getting a win in the end?
Yeah, we got a lot out of today, and I think the biggest thing as you go into a game like this where you're playing early, an 11 a.m. start, it's all about how you get out of the gate. And generally, the team that plays with the most energy is the team that comes out on top and gets off in the right foot. And I thought our hand activity was outstanding, getting deflections early in that game, which led to some runouts. We got it going there for a stretch midway through the first half where we hit, I think, 3 or 4 threes in a row. Really got the crowd into it. Thought we had a phenomenal crowd for a early Sunday afternoon game. And just really carried momentum into the half. Obviously the rebounding, that's the biggest thing that you take out of this. That's how they got back in the game. The things we were doing early to build that lead, we stopped doing. And that's the other thing we stress to our team. When you have a good formula out there, don't go away from it. And we did. We stopped making simple plays. We had Casey all by himself, and we tried to throw a lob over a defender. Second half, I think 4 of the first 5 possessions were turnovers after we scored on the first possession, and we just got away from what was successful out there. So a lot of things we can learn from this one, and overall, I thought the effort was outstanding, and I thought the guys really played together.
You mentioned the lob instead of throwing to Casey on the 3-pointer. I think you took Trey out right after that. What was the conversation like with him on the sidelines?
I had somebody up there for him anyway at that time. My message to our whole team is make the right play, make the simple play.
It's like the offense a lot, especially that first half when you got going. How much do you drill that into them? Just when you guys get in transition, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. That's our biggest thing we talk about as far as rebounding. With teams crashing as many guys as they are right now, if we get that thing off the board, we're at our best when we're pushing the ball in transition. So if we can get deflections, get turnovers, that leads to great offense. And then if you can get it off the glass, which I think we gave at least 50% of the shots back to them, if you can cut that in half and get extra possessions, it's gonna make things a lot easier. We still obviously had a lot of great stretches out there. We made shots tonight. That's not always going to happen, and you got to find a way to make those big plays when that ball's not going through the hoop. But overall, again, I'm really pleased with where we are after these 2 games. Now it's about keeping an edge. Making sure we don't have any. You're not satisfied after these first 2, and come out and have a great day tomorrow. We got a lot of special teams. Things we need to work on for not working a lot against zone right now. I thought we had a couple good zone offensive possessions, but we got a lot of work to do between now and the opener on the 9th.
The rebounding, is that just guys needing to learn how to play with the right level of physicality?
Well, I think Derek was a warrior down there. I mean, he was in a battle with their big guys all night long, and I thought Wilhelm was out there fighting as well. Really, to me, it was the guards. There was just no contact. We talk a lot about rebound area, creating that rebound area by making first contact, and they were doing it to us all game long. Finally, Alonzo had a couple where he hit, went and got him, and Bryce made contact and went and got a couple. So, again, it's probably not the worst thing in the world that thing was whittled all the way down to 12. We had a big run go against us, and we got a way to find a way to respond better to those. And then transition. We had a couple of shots and the Rays' release of the ball. We were not getting back. We just stood. And then you give them 6 or 8 points in transition, and that's how a team gets confident. That's how a team gets going downhill. So we got to prevent those stretches.
You mentioned Derek battling on the glass. When they did cut it down to 12, he scores 4 straight points. I know he's kind of been looked at as maybe the glue guy on this roster. Is that an example of just how important he is in those types of moments?
Yeah, and also cleaned up a couple rebounds for us as well during that stretch. But we got a little movement into the pick and roll, a little misdirection action into the ball screen, and Alonzo and Derek, they've really developed a nice chemistry out there in the 2-man game.
Alonzo was talking about all the things you still have to do on offense, and as you're listening to him talk, I've seen you enjoy hearing that from your point guard. I mean, are you just encouraged by sort of his outlook and the way he kind of leads in that way?
Yeah, he's been terrific in that area. You know, he played a lot off the ball last year at Arizona State with a very talented point guard in Remy Martin, and you know, he is still learning that position within this system. I mean, he's obviously played with the ball in his hands a lot over the course of his life. You know, this is just a little bit different with a lot of different nuances. I thought he had some really good cuts to the basket, which he wasn't, you know, the guy that benefited off it, but it opened up somebody else. So yeah, this offense, when you move, when you cut, creates a lot of opportunity. And then with the spacing and as spread out as we are, you know, and the shooting that we have, that's going to create a lot of great opportunities for Alonzo and our big if they have if they roll forcefully to the rim.
After these two exhibitions, how do you feel about the rotation that you've been running, and is there anyone else that you want to give potentially more playing time to?
Yeah, I mean, everybody's going to have to be ready. Kobe missed today with back spasms, so, you know, we knew going into this one he wouldn't be available. And then, you know, our 2 point guards got 2 fouls out there in the first half with Trey and with Alonzo. So, you know, Trevor Lakes has had a really good preseason. He's been really good the last, you know, especially a couple weeks, and you know he's going to have to be ready any given moment. He fits exactly what we're doing with his ability to shoot the basketball. But yeah, I've liked how we played. It was good to get Eduardo out there in the first half. I thought he made some solid plays, and he had a couple that I know he wished he had back. But you know, we've got depth on this roster, and it might not be your night every night, but you know, if we have that team first attitude spirit, then you know I think we're gonna have a good year.
How do you think the offense looks when Alonzo's on the bench?
Yeah, I mean, we'll obviously go back and look at that and see areas where we can improve. Overall, I mean, you shoot almost 50%, and you know, 12 for 27 from the three. Get to the line 14 times. So I thought we had you know, a lot of good possessions, but we just got to get rid of that drought. You know, if we get rid of that drought, we would have had an incredible offensive night.
Even defensively, his energy seems pretty infectious. I guess, what does he bring when he's out there?
Yeah, he absolutely does. He's got great energy, infectious energy out there. I agree with you offensively and defensively. That was one thing, you know, he played for Billy Gillespie at Ranger Community College. You can play for Billy, you can play for anybody. And Billy's said, you know, during the recruiting process, his favorite thing about Casey was his toughness. And, you know, he'll go out there, he'll get in a stance, he'll battle, and does a good job keeping his man in front. And he just gives you such a weapon at any time. I mean, I can pretty much promise you he's the guy they're talking about first in the game plan. How are we going to defend this guy? We're going to have to stay close. And again, you see our bigs benefiting from the shooting that we have. CJ, obviously, Keon's shot the ball well. Casey, Bryce hit a huge one there late, you know, to kind of you know, put the game out of reach. So we've got a lot of guys capable of that. Trevor, I mean, it's fun. It's fun when you have weapons like that out on the floor.
I'll ask Derek this, but just what was your impression of how, when that lead did get dwindled down from 27 to 12, how the guys responded on the court? I know that was a big thing you talked about this offseason, was just how they would handle those types of moments.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, I didn't think we handled it great. I mean, when you go 17-2 run, thankfully we built up that lead to where we had it. But, you know, we can't have those stretches where you allow a team to go on that run. Obviously, this is a game of runs. I know everybody talks about it. It's a huge cliche in the game of basketball, and you're going to have to withstand some of those. And again, it was Derek and Alonzo in the two-man game that really stopped the bleeding and got the momentum back on our side.
Bryce had a short shift being the primary facilitator out there. How do you think he looked in that role?
Yeah, I thought he was solid. You know, again, we'll go back and look at the tape, but those last 3 minutes of the first half, didn't want to take any chances on Trey or Alonzo picking up their third. So, you know, and he's had stretches in practice, Bryce, where we have put the ball in his hands. And, you know, again, when you go from level to level, and this is his first opportunity to play against a Power 5 opponent, I thought he handled it great. He went out there and he was made big improvements from game one, and now he knows what to expect stepping out there on the floor. But yeah, I thought he made big plays for us down the stretch.
6 different guys make 3-pointers for you. How does that open up the rest of your offense?
Yeah, it's important. You know, I talk a lot about just Derek's ability to roll to the rim. You know, Wilhelm also obviously has the ability to pop. You know, when you can slash that next guy, it's going to open up a lot of things for you on your offense when you have floor spacing like we do. So, yeah, just and that's also the message to our guys: continue to make simple plays. We don't need to go out there and do things spectacular. If you just go out there and play simple basketball, we're going to get good looks.
Okay.
Yeah, he's fine. He just tweaked his ankle a little bit.
Oh, I know that you mentioned the crowd today. Obviously, since this game was also for charity as well, just what did it mean to see 15,000 roll out on those?
Yeah, it's awesome. You know, we can't tell you how much we've appreciated our fans, how patient they've been throughout this process and the rebuild that we took over, and you know they just have continued to come out and support us in such a phenomenal way. And you know, have some recruits in the building today. They see that, they sense that, and it's a great luxury when you have a fan base that's going to be there and have your back through the good times and the bad. So it's awesome to have our fans back in the building, and we know they're going to play a huge part in hopefully the success that we have this year.
This was like the first time in 600-some days you've had recruits in the building for a game. How much of a luxury is that to be able to showcase the true game day environment for the first time in a long time?
Yeah, it's phenomenal. I talk a lot about our two things in recruiting. They're so important: our support and facilities. And we feel we have as good as anybody in the country in those areas. The style of play and everything else that we have is, as far as our staff and what we can do for these players and get their bodies where they need to be. But for us to have a fan base that we have and the facilities that we have, I think gives us a great advantage in that area of recruiting, and it's fun for us to have them back in our building to show what we have.
Colorado's kind of sized up similarly to some of the Big Ten teams that you guys are going to see in a couple months here. Having a performance like this against them, does that kind of give you a little bit more confidence going forward that you can actually get the
Not
same
really.
deal?
I mean, we gave up 23 offensive rebounds. Yeah, I mean, I thought again, the spacing when we played the right way, we played beautiful basketball, and they got great length, they have great size. 6'8", 6'9", 6'10". They're 3, 4, 5, and obviously coming in off the bench with size. So it was such a great opportunity to play a team that had the physicality of Colorado, and hopefully that'll help us down the line.